I observed myself. The past had left marks on my body. My state vector collapsed. Consciousness causes. All time is simultaneous, or a concept. Hypercube of space and time is why time's not visible. Time is not a thing, no thing, it's a reflection. The reflection of change into space. The angle skews with speed. The subatomic realm does not distinguish between all is change. I curved down a banister, sledding down a helix, around and around and around the chocolate, candy cane green, uncountable shades of turquoise, rose upon sweetgrass, upon sandalwood, upon lemon, rolling crescendos, notes too deep to be sounds, places outside, spatial folding comprehended, chaos itself a fractal god, that which is. Energy exists, that which is. I opened my eyes, and looking up, I saw a branch growing out of my mouth and felt roots working their way through the back of my skull like itchy thoughts. I was planted in place as the branch became a tree, clamoring through the clattering, thick oak tree in the center of the train, window panes of pitch night slashing against bark, roots like arm-thick cocks fucking the floor, gaping vaginas in the trunk with hoary white beards, seed pod, drop, tooth, bounce, pop, slap, tongue, swallow, convulsion, choke, choking, air, leaves, scintillating in silhouette, lines, stems, arteries grew outward, winding and convolving as multi-layered melodies, chaotic calculations, immeasurably fine strands interlaced like lungfuls of air, with every molecule expressing life, crystal and ice, charcoal darkness, wreathed the tributaries, curious girl, the pattern of each transcendent, crystal lady, crystalline birth, fault lines of consciousness in a fractal cornucopia, splintering through a crystal lattice. The dappled leaves were interwoven mandalas. The light slowed. I saw light spiraling from my eye up through the leaves, uncoiling and releasing like a galaxy of nebulae, my mind showering out of me, my need to restrain the light in my greedy eye released. Let go of my need and felt a calmness returning to me. I pulsed from my eye and spiraled upward, a gyre of light photons synthesizing. I felt my breathing stop, respire, cessation. A quantum of life, small expression of will, surfing the quantum foam of the universal ocean breath. I was a liquid orgasm, shimmering of the xylem and phloem, diffusing out of the iron bark, squeezing through the petioles and bursting like a supernova into the leaves, swaying with the movements of the train, aware of all simultaneously. The tracks are ajar. The present rushes into nothingness. All that matter and space vanished, replaced by memory. Existence is a blip. Matter does not exist, but in time it vanishes. Motion. The vibration drags time into existence. We fling our bodies against each other in desire to return to the great crunch. Every particle of our being drives us in hunger to return to the nirvanic state when everything touched, before chaos cast a spell, flinging a universe into existence. Repulsion causing desire, rejection, the Freudian trauma of the Big Bang sex party. And gravity is the friction, the masturbation of the universe. I turn my head, and the suit with circuitry mapping his clean, beautiful face, it hurts to look at her, was observing me, frowning, as he transformed into a woman, the most beautiful man, as she leaned forward. "Come fuck me," he said. "You should follow me." Hand of light reaching toward me, seizing my branches, but I descended further, escaped her embrace. Blackness, nothingness. Slivers of light from the windows revealed the dog standing, and he was big. Then utter darkness, then the dog growing bigger, blackness again, then the dog filling the train, towering over me. I was on the threshold, and a guillotine mouth snapped at me. The metal slammed hard on both sides of my head. I opened my eyes, I could see the mouth again smash like a bat to my temples. My eyesight went googly, bubbles of shock popping above me in the dark as the mouth retreated once again and leapt to attack. My brain shattered into a million shiny shards of migraine, light, diamond, knives, gnashing. I became aware of a deep thrumming sound. A ceaseless kettle drum, in infinite oscillation manifested. My mind so sharpened it must have sliced through layers of reality, stretched tight like string theory, adventuring like Timothy Leary, torn and twisted like a Frank Gehry, stacks of warped records, chords cut, trajectories topological, lop-ological, universe and my body apart, twinned, twined, static hiss, a murmur, The smell, musk, sandpaper in my cheek. I lurched, bang, against metal. The moaning louder, heaviness in my chest, digging a weight, crushing my groin. I couldn't breathe, raspy splash in my face. I couldn't feel my arms, couldn't touch anything. Felt hot juice in my mouth, leaking between my teeth. I opened my eyes, I opened my eyes, I opened my eyes in the arc of a broad white blade. I heard myself looking into my eyes above me, the sour breath of an unfathomable black hole, gleaming, many gleaming sharp triangles coming toward me. Knives roaring, white lightning gashed my head in half. I stepped back inside myself from a point of view I did not know existed and watched my eyes explode, atomizing my head. I'm screaming silence, and I collapsed into the space between the doors. Thank you.